Kia ora, welcome to my channel. My name is Carla and I'm coming to you from the east coast of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. This is my YouTube channel called Sew Knit Create Repeat and Repeat, and I pop in once every month or maybe a little bit longer, and I update you all on what I have been doing over the past weeks. I'm a knitter, I'm a spinner, I'm a sewer, and a general dabbler of all crafts. This is Grogu. Say hello. Me? And yeah, today is Friday. What is the date? Friday, is it the 12th? I can't remember, I've lost track of time. But anyway, welcome back everybody, and if this is your first time watching, welcome to you too. Please take the time just to have a little watch, but if you don't like me, that's fine. We don't all like the same people, do we? Oh, my brain's all over the place, guys. This is really overdue, and I've basically popped myself in the tidiest corner of the house. I've got school holidays coming up now, and I've just got so much to do. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. I think we'll just get straight into all the crafty goodness, as some people say, the crafty shenanigans. Smart ass, eh? If you can hear a funny noise, that's just the cat. She's got her little, she's got a little box which is fully enclosed like it's a bathroom. She's having a good old play in the clay. Yeah, so what we're going to start off with, I've written notes. I had to. Yeah, I'll just talk about the stuff I've finished, and then we'll move on to the things that I'm working on at the moment, and some future plans and some life stuff. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a completed pair of Vial of Sands socks. Now this is a design by Kelly Menzies of Row and Cades, and I was actually a test knitter for this. I completed my test. I completed one sock, but I had realised when I knit the first sock that I needed to go up a size, so I actually had to rip back quite a lot, then restart. So by the time I'd finished that first sock, I'd committed to making something for my daughter, and so I just put it aside, and that was like winter last year. So the wool is, I think it's an Ashford undyed sock. I think that's the one I use, which is like a 75-25 merino nylon blend, and I just dyed it myself because I wanted the colour to represent the name, which was Vial of Sands. So if you would like to check that pattern out, it's beautiful, it's really enjoyable to knit. I'll pop a link down below in the description. Number one. Right, I can wear these now, I haven't worn them yet. The second finished object is a pair of socks, another pair of socks, and they're also a design by Kelly Menzies. Sorry, I've got cat fluff on them. And these are the Athenaeum socks, named because they look like books on a shelf. These are also same wool, dyed by me, and these are for my sister. She doesn't know, so they're going to go in the mail very soon. Her birthday's at the start of May, and that will be a present for Teresa, and they're beautiful. And then I'll make some for myself. I just noticed that they were a little bit tight on me, and I thought, well, rather than ripping back, I'll just because I wasn't really reading the pattern properly, and yeah, I thought, well, I'll just rip back, and I won't rip back. Sorry, I've got a bit of a headache too, by the way. I'll give them to my sister because she's got smaller feet than me. So, these those ones, eh, Grogu? That's my cat, my kitten. She attacks everything. Another thing that has been resurrected from the UFO pile, that's unfinished objects, for those of you who don't know, is a project that I started at the end of 2021. And I finally picked it up and finished it, and that is the Ponderosa sweater by Wool & Pine. And this is knit in 100% high twist merino, dyed by Kiwi Yana, and I think she's down in Dunedin, can't remember. I did try tagging her, but I don't think she allows tags on Instagram. I have worn this. Grogu, no, darling. So I love it. It looks lovely over a dress. Yeah, I'll try and wear it maybe next time. It's quite a warm day today. What else can I say about it? The reason why it took me so long is she's a nuisance. It's knit in pieces. So you knit the front, then you knit the back, then you join it, and then you pick up your stitches for your sleeves and knit in the round for the sleeves. I alternated my skeins the whole way through so that I wouldn't get pooling, which I think really worked really well. But what got me was the cables, and that was mainly because there's so many of them. And also because at the end of 2020, I lost my mum, and for about 2 years after that, I was really, really struggling with life, and really, really anxious and depressed, and also going through fibromyalgia diagnosis and perimenopause. And I just couldn't concentrate on it. I was really struggling. So it did get picked up and put down quite a few times. So I'm happy to say it's done. So yeah, I'm stoked with that. Yay! It's actually been a real like, oh yes, getting this finished. So that's whip number 3. And I'll put you there. Whip. Finished object number 3. Finished object number 4 is, make sure I'm showing you the front, the Bifurca vest, which is a design by Teti Lutsak of Teti's Knit Garden. She is a Ukrainian knitwear designer living in, I think it's Copenhagen, I could be wrong, but in another European country anyway. And she's lovely. She has a YouTube channel. She does, her designs are really up my tree, up my alley. Not sure. Yeah, I like her style. And she also does vlog style videos of going back to Ukraine to spend time with her family and help her grandmother and stuff, even during this whole war conflict that's been happening. So yeah, she's a really lovely lady, and I enjoy that. Hey Digger, that's my dog. You can't see him, he's walking in the background. So I knit this, I actually cast this on just before, when would it have been? Might have been October, I think. And I had originally made, the main colour was actually like a navy blue with a heathered effect with other colours. And I dyed the wool, I'll start back. The main colour I purchased from Skeins, and it was a Highland Heathers sport weight yarn. And the contrast colour is my own hand spun, which I dyed in the wool before I spun it, specifically for this project. However, when I picked it back up again, I had finished this whole yoke, that bit there, and on the back as well, because you knit it like a rectangle in the round. Come here, Dick. Come here. Say hello. I realised there was no contrast, so I just ripped the whole thing back and started again. Hey, buddy. You're not going outside, because when he went outside the other day, he went down to the neighbours down the road. So until I can get a higher fence up out the front, he's not going out there without me. He's going to start crying. So I'm really happy with this. I have worn it. I love it. It's a really, really, really enjoyable knit, guys. It's the colour that I've used in the end for the main colour is Latte. It's Utaku 8 ply by the Natural Wool Company, which is a New Zealand company, in the colour Latte, and I'd had 2 big 200 gram balls that my nana had given me when she destashed all her stuff to me. So I used that. I didn't need the whole lot, obviously, there's still heaps left. But it's just a beautiful pattern, and she holds your hand the whole way through. So she's got a video explaining the whole construction. There's short rows, picking up stitches, yeah, and I like that, because this whole thing was interesting. The most boring bit was the end, which is knitting the rib. Yeah, I loved it. I really, really enjoyed knitting this, and I did not mind knitting that colour work a second time. Thumbnail. So yeah, so that's the Bifurca vest. So I'm going to put that down there. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. What was the other one I had? Oh, what I'm wearing. So I made these as well. So this top here is just it's just some knit fabric. I cut it into a rectangle, made a slit in the middle for the head hole, neck hole. Sewed it at the sides. Oh, sewed some sleeves onto it, and then just sewed it. That's really hard to explain. So I made this no pattern, but it was pretty basic. And the pants, I don't know if you can see, they wrap across the front there like that. They are the Phen Wrap pants by Just So. I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember. I've made another pattern by that company called the Phen Wrap pants as well, and I'm going to make another pair of those ones soon. So I think that is all my finished things. Moving on to stuff that I'm working on. So as you'd know, I've been working on a blanket that my daughter asked me to make for her friend who's having a baby in June. I sort of planned on having that ready for June, but she's informed me that the baby shower is in early May and she'd really like to give it to her in early May. Thanks, Jess. So I think I've got maybe 10 hexies left of each colour, and then the other night I sat down and I actually just started piecing them together just for something different to do, just see how they would look. So this will be the top of the blanket. So I think that's looking really quite neat. Yeah, not much to say about that. I've taken this project to work with me in the last week because I thought, well, I need more time on it. So instead of taking my knitting, I've been taking my crochet. All details will be in the description box anyway of the designer and everything like that. Okay, so we've got that one. Now you can go in there. What else have I got? Let's have a look. Oops. Oh yes, so remember last time I showed you the annihilated beginning of the Daydreamer pullover sweater by Andrea Mowry, which I'm knitting in a possum merino blend held together with a strand of lace weight drops kid silk mohair. And this is it here. I'll just take that out. I'm part way through a row because, you know, I don't know if you can see that okay. So we've got it cabled, lots and lots of cables, split high-low hem, bottom up. It's lovely. I'm really enjoying doing this. And bobbles that you do, these ones you do with a crochet hook, and they're really easy. I'm calling them nipples, and that's my little cable spiral. So there you go. This has been, and I'm knitting these using my Addy olive needles that I got. I think I showed you guys last month. And it's a nice slow knit, and I'm really enjoying it. And that's what those two look like there. I'm on my second ball of mohair. Not much to say about that. You'll see more progress as the time goes on. So that's another one that can go in my whip basket. Oh, I've got another finished object that I forgot about. I saw this pattern on the like Ravelry Hot Right Now list or something. And I was like, I want to make that. So a couple of weeks ago, I sat down on a Friday night and I made it. Anyone expert in crochet would look at it and would be able to see lots of mistakes, especially down the bottom where I first started. But I'm really happy with it. I've burnt a couple of candles in it. And yeah, I got this crochet cotton from AliExpress quite a few years ago now. Like when I say quite a few, I mean like 5 years ago. I didn't realise that it was lace weight, and so it's just sat there doing nothing. So I've got all these colours. So I thought, well, these are going to be good birthday presents for people. And I used these on a 2.5mm crochet hook, and I really enjoyed it. It was lots and lots of fun. So yeah, so that's another finished object. Okay, right. This one here is going to get ripped out and started again, I think. But you can let me know whether you think I should. So this is the Amren Shawl, which is a new design by Jorge Locatelli. And I'm using a fingering weight yarn that I dyed myself specifically for this when I saw her talk about it in her podcast, and I've been waiting for her to release it. I haven't picked it up since I cast it on a couple of weeks ago. But she has put a pattern correction out, and that is that you shouldn't be slipping the first stitch of every even numbered row. So in just this first section. So I'm wondering whether it will really affect how it looks. And I'm wondering whether I just rip it out, because I don't know how it's supposed to look. But anyway, that's okay. I just had one of those moments where I really wanted to cast something new on, so that was that. So that's the Amren Shawl by Jorge Locatelli. So there's that one. You can go, I'll pop you in there for now. Then we've got the Nest sock, which has been going on forever, and to be fair, I haven't picked it up for ages. I was just working on the foot. And this is a design by Katie Herrod. Is that her name? Songbird Handmade. Yep. And they're just like a really nice slouchy sock with a half fisherman's rib ankle, and it's all sort of scrunches up like that. And this is in a DK sock wool that I dyed up myself. I wanted to try it out. So yeah. But you know, no rush. Good things take time. So that's the progress on that. So I've done a reasonable amount of that one. We're just whizzing through these. Update. Do you guys remember when a little while back I think I showed you some wool that I bought from an op shop, and I bought it with the idea of starting a crochet blanket for my sister. What was that, Digger? But then I realised that there was quite a lot of wool there, and it would actually be quite nice to knit myself something. So I decided that I'd make a third Felix cardigan. And this one I'll probably knit more true to how it's supposed to, well, it looks in the design. And that I will be, what's my words? It's a thicker yarn than what I've used in the other two. And I'll keep the sleeve shaping how it is in the pattern, which I didn't do with the other ones, and I'll do a full length sleeve. So as per usual, we are halfway through a row, and I just swapped the needles, the cables, because I had this on a really long cable and it didn't need to be, and I needed the long cable for something else. So, but anyway, that's what it looks like. That's the fabric. There's the raglan increases, and I've just finished my raglan increases. Now I've just got to knit a little bit more before I split for the sleeves. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying that, and I'm also using my Addy Olive wood needles, which I'm really enjoying. So that's the original big ball that was unknitted, and then I've got a whole lot that I undid, almost a whole, like it was a whole front and a whole back of a big jumper, and I unraveled it and I washed it and reskeined it. So yeah, but I thought I'd just start on this first and then do the wash stuff as I go. So there's that one, which is that space. Let me just check that I am recording. Can you imagine? Oh, thank God for that. 24 minutes, guys. But wait, there's more. If you're in New Zealand, you'll know that, because it's like a real telemarketing thing. I decided I wanted to have another go at doing I wanted to do a scrappy sock out of my leftover sock yarns, because you know, you have quite a bit left over. So I decided to do a 3x1 rib sock, but a shorty one, using the is it the Shadow Wrap heel that we're doing in the Nest socks. I just want to see what it's like, and I thought I'd do a little shorty. So these are both balls or colours that I dyed myself, and I thought they'd look quite nice together. So there's just a contrasting cuff and heel and probably toe. So I'm just starting back on the pink, but I haven't picked it up again because I'm using the Chalgu those Chiaogu shorties that I bought, and I really don't like them. I don't like them. Yeah. But because I paid for them, I really want to get used to them, so that's why they're in there. I could just magic loop them, which would be right. And it is a little bit better now that I have figured out to put the slightly longer tip in the right hand and the shorter tip in the left hand. I think that's how I did it. So there's that one. Pachoo! Oh, we're nearly there. And then this one here I started last night, and that is a repair job for my nana. So my uncle brought this up from where my nana lives and asked if I could, she'd asked if I could repair the sleeves because there were holes around the cuff, and she had some leftover wool from when she originally knitted it. So I've undone this one and I've started here and redone the cuff. I just cut it off. She said to make them a little bit shorter anyway because she reckons she's shrunk and her arms aren't quite that long. And she had actually, her cuff was just this like a garter strip, and I just felt like actually the rib would just hold it better, stop it getting in the way for her. So I've done a rib there. The second sleeve, however, had a couple of big, it had holes around the rib, but it had a couple of big patches. There was one there and one further here. So I've actually taken it right back, and I'll just knit that over the weekend, and then I'll give her a wash. I'll check all the seams because this was, you know, she used to knit all her stuff flat. I'll make sure there's no other holes, make sure the seams, none of the seams, I can see that she's done a repair under the arm there, so I'll repair that. I'll tidy that up, check for any other thin patches, and then I will take it down to her next week probably. So yeah, so that's just me fixing up my nana's jumper, so she's got something warm to wear, which is an honour really to be able to do that for your grandmother. She's 93 now, my nan. So yeah, so that is all my whippity dips. My whoppity dips. I might put that in there as well. Oh no, it's not. I lie. I have one more. I started this one last week. This is, now I have to look at this again. One of our wool mills in New Zealand, they have a shop as well, and they produce really lovely wool called Skeins down in Napier. They were having a sale. One of you lovely viewers, Shawl, who she messaged me to ask me about a type of wool. I think it was the Southlander actually, what it was like, and she mentioned that Skeins were having a sale, and I was like, what? I didn't know about that. So I went on and I bought some stuff without actually having a plan for it. So I bought some Cascade 220, which is in there. I forgot to bring it out. And then I also bought some Southlander Sport, which is a 5-ply. And I bought 4 balls of each, or 4 balls of the Southlander and 4 skeins of the Cascade 220. Which, because it was really, really cheap, but really wasn't enough for anything in my size, I think. So I decided to have a look on Ravelry, what kind of projects are out there using sport weight yarn. And I found this design here, which is called the Bereket by Ainur Berkimbayeva. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not even sure where this person is from, but I really, really love that pattern. But I needed maybe another ball, so I ordered 2 more at full price, but it's still going to work out a lot cheaper. So I'm using Southlander Sport, and this is the Curiouser and Curiouser colour, which is a special colourway in collaboration with Truly Myrtle, which is a New Zealand, she's a New Zealand knitwear designer. And this is the beginning of my one here. So you knit side to side, and it's a really cool pattern because what she does, without giving away any of the stuff, but when she goes through yeah, I should be able to show you like that. So when she actually shows you on a little drawing what part you're up to. So, you know, it'll say right sleeve, and it shows which part you're knitting, and then it explains it quite well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this because I love this colour. So I've got that. Now I honestly think all my whips are done. But I do have a future project. I'd like to sew myself a gardening apron. So I've ordered some, I purchased some Buzoku duck, cotton duck, which is just like a canvasy type fabric, and I'm going to do that. So I've got that, and I bought, where are they? I bought some studs as well for it. So yeah, so it's another project coming up as well. Oh, one more thing, I'll show you, I'll pop a little video in so that you can have a look. And this is like a before of this thing. So I went op shopping and I found a briarwood leather handbag for $3. It was in really bad nick. All the dye had come out of the leather. It was real patchy. The lining was in good condition, as in no holes, but it was all stained and dirty, you know, as handbags do. So I set myself a bit of a challenge, and I purchased some jacquard basic dye, and I mixed it with alcohol, and I have re-dyed this handbag. I cleaned the inside. I just pulled the lining out this way and washed it, gave it a really good scrub. Still got some pen marks on it, but it's clean. And then I just hand painted the dye onto this, gave it a really good, like a week to dry. And then I've just this morning rubbed Doc Martens Wonder Balsam all over the leather, just to give it a bit more condition. So there you go, because the briarwood, they always have this signature thing is these beautiful embossing on the bottom of the leather. So that cost me $3. I've still got heaps of the dye left. I quite like that. So yeah, put that back up over there. So that's all my crafty goodness. So I really wanted to get this done today because I decided that I'm going to do some vlogs over the next 2 weeks. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a school librarian at a high school, and we've got school holidays, and I've got a lot happening. Jess, my daughter who lives with us, She's 26 and she's been, ever since she graduated from university and she got a job back here, she's a teacher. We've got a massive housing shortage in our district. And so she's just lived in the sleep out, which is like a self-contained big room with a bathroom attached outside, pretty much in a garage, which has been my dream craft room all this time. I've been wanting to have it as a craft room, so I'm going to get it back because she bought a house. I'm so excited for her. My baby is spreading her wings. She's my oldest. So just before Easter, she successfully bid on a property, and she'll be taking that over in early May. And once she's out of there, I'll be redecorating it and moving all my crafty stuff in there so that we'll have more space inside the house, which is just amazing. I'm really excited, both for her and for me. So I will also vlog that, but over the holidays I want to pack up as much as I can in my sewing and craft room. Grogu! She's up on the table. Just the things that I don't use all the time, so that it's a lot easier to get out there when she's gone, because she'll be moving during the term, and I have all this time coming up in the holidays. But I also want to do, sorry, I'm looking down to see what else I'm going to do. I've got the back shed I'd like to have a sort through. Evan and I are planning to go to Lake Waikari Moana for the second weekend of the holidays, so not this weekend but the next one coming up with another couple we know. So I'll take you guys with that. What else? Yeah, everything's just sort of ticking on rather smoothly, but I am tired, and this has been a really, really, really long term for us at work. The first term in New Zealand is the longest one, and for people who say that teachers and school staff get too many holidays, I'm telling you now, if we didn't, we'd probably kill your kids. No, I'm just joking, but seriously, the kids are over it, we're over it, everyone is. You just need to recharge. So yeah, so that's the reason. So see, my brain's just all over the place. The reason why I wanted to get this podcast, hurry up and get it done, is because I'm going to start vlogging tomorrow. Well, I think I'll start tomorrow, but you guys won't see that video until the following day. So you'll have a bit of a break from me briefly. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I have waffled on long enough. Anything I've forgotten, I'll tell you tomorrow in my vlog. And yeah, take care of yourselves. If vlogging's not your thing, well, I'll see you at the next podcast. I do have a almost finished edited garden video in my other channel, but it's just, I haven't uploaded it yet. Like I say, things have just, yeah, one thing after the other, but we're getting there. So I love and leave you all, and I will talk to you in a couple of days. So yeah, yay. Ka kite. Bye.